It's not coke, babes. It's just a personality. And that's what this is. And to say welcome back to my channel. My name is ESIKOKUI and I have a new video for you today. I really hope my background isn't so loud. It's raining. People are driving by. I really hope that you're going to get the most out of this video because we gotta talk about a lot. I'm really hoping it's not too long. I apologize if it is, but I got a lot of points to hit, okay? This is my unpopular opinions of Nicki Minaj. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. Let's head into the video. So I come to you today as a sane barb. I know right now it's not giving sane, but I come to you today as a sane barb. And I don't mean this as shade or tea. This is just the truth. I am not one of the doxers. I'm not one of the people that aren't able to hold their fave accountable. I am a fan, let me put my hand down. I am a fan of hip hop. I went to school for broadcast journalism. I study interviews. I watch everybody's interviews. I'm a fan of celebrities, and people might find that weird, but that's what I am interested in and what I am pursuing in my life, okay? And so I do my research. I watch interviews, I read the magazines, I watch the TV shows, whatever. I'm a rounded opinion when it comes to things. And I think what's happening is there's a lot of people that don't have rounded opinions. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on. This is not going to be like a, yes, Nicki is my fave and I'm going to just ride for her. And yes, I do ride for her, but I have some unpopular opinions on the way y'all think about Nicki and the way the media has portrayed her to be. So let's get into it. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of talking, and I really hope that you listen to everything that I have to say, because there's going to be a lot of facts in here that I feel like people are missing when it comes to not just this situation, but her in general. Also, if I don't have the facts and this is an assumption, I will say that. I will say that this is an assumption or an opinion, but these are my opinions based on facts. And whenever there is a moment that I'm like, I don't have the facts, I will let you all know that. So my first unpopular opinion on Nicki is the fact that y'all say that she is on coke. I am debunking that right now. The same things that they love you for, they hate you for, right? The same things that you got in a relationship with your significant other for, you start to kind of not like those things. And I see that happening with Nicki. Y'all knew she was animated. You loved Martha, you loved Roman, you loved Barbie, and now you're expecting it to be like, and anybody that I bring up, I am not shading. I'm just giving examples. But y'all love it when it's Beyonce and she's in her Sasha Fierce, right? But because she's in that when she's on stage and she's in the zone, you know, there's no stopping her. And then when she's off stage, that's not really her. Like, she's still a sassy individual, but she's not Sasha Fierce all the time, right? But because Nicki is different and Roman, Barbie, and Martha follow her all the time. Well, Martha's dead, apparently. Sorry. That was so harsh. Martha has passed away. But because those alter egos can come out at any second and they're truly ingrained in her, you guys find it now annoying, and that she's too old to be acting like this and all of this stuff. And this has nothing to do with the situation. But you guys just say this. When you hear Nicki talking to her barbs or talking to whoever, that, why is she talking like that? Why is she doing that? Why is she... Now it's a problem? It's not coke, babes. It's just a personality. And that's what this is. If there's any drugs that, and I say this because she herself has said that she has not been on coke. She's never been on coke. You could test her and she would come out as not being on coke. She has come out with saying that she was addicted to Percocets when she was prescribed that for menstrual cramps that she was having. And then she had to ground herself and come out of that. That's the only thing that she has been addicted to. So your claim of her being on coke is not factual. You just don't understand her personality, and you want to give it a name, or you want to give it a cause, and the cause is a personality. That's who she is. Moving on to my unpopular opinion that Nicki is always fighting with the new girls. Why don't you ask yourself, why are the new girls always fighting with Nicki? I know you see age and then you're blinded by that, and then the lines are blurred of what's wrong and what's right, but also, why are the new girls fighting with Nicki? We have to look at both sides for any situation. Why is that happening? What is happening that we're not understanding? What is happening that there's a disconnect, that these two entities, because Nicki's her one entity, and we're putting the new girls in a different entity, and y'all are doing that. Y'all are putting them in one category together. So why is it that the new girls are fighting with Nicki? As well as, why is Nicki fighting with the new girls? Ask both questions when we're going to ask this question, okay? So I'm going to go through some examples real quick and talk about how each situation played out. I'm going to go through 3 examples with 3 of the new girls, okay? So first one, Cardi. Again, all the people that I am bringing up, I have no beef with. I may not like some, but I may like their music. There's always a balance. I may not like the person. I may like their music. I may not like their music. I may like the person. But I'm bringing these examples up because this is how you form a rounded opinion. So Cardi. Cardi attacked Nicki at a Harper's Bazaar event. That is fact. Cardi said she did it because Nicki liked a tweet about her child. Where are the receipts for that happening? Everyone is so quick to take screenshots of when celebrities like different posts. Miss Tina just had to do an apology because she accidentally liked a post about Janet Jackson. She didn't know she did it, and y'all took a screenshot so fast. So where is the post, the said post, that Nicki liked a tweet about Cardi's child? We would see screenshots to this day if that was the case. The said tweet was something insulting about the child. It wasn't just like some regular tweet. It was a negative tweet. But there were no receipts on that. Next point on Cardi still, Motorsport. That was a song that Nicki got on with Cardi and Migos, right? She was asked to be on the song. If you don't know the story, let me get into it real quick. She sent her verse in. Cardi listened to it. She didn't like the first verse or the first draft that Nicki sent, and she wanted her to change the line of Nicki basically saying that she's the QB and like Cardi's now the receiver. All it was basically like, I am handing you the torch, girl. But she didn't like that line. She didn't take it well. She didn't understand what Nicki was trying to say in that. So hey, Nicki always changes up her verses 1,000 times. She didn't think too much of it. She changed the verse to make Cardi feel comfortable. When that song came out, Cardi gets on the radio station, I think at the Breakfast Club, and she's talking about, yeah, Nicki had to change her verse. She had to do that. She had to do that. Like, all of these things about Nicki, and it's like, and it wasn't positive of like, yeah, I got to be on a song with somebody that I looked up to, all this stuff. No. It was all of this other stuff.
It became about all the other things behind the scenes that us as fans didn't need to know. And then it got spun like Nicki was being difficult, but Cardi was the one that asked her to change her verse. And she was saying that Nicki had to change her verse all these times. So it was on Nicki, and that's why it took forever. And then about the recording, when they were trying to record the music video, Nicki couldn't make it to another date that they all could make it to, and she was fine with that. She was like, I'll just record it on another day and then you can add it in. But all the rhetoric was just like negative when she was trying to be accommodating to Cardi and to the Migos.
Nicki was genuinely hurt from that situation. You can go and watch the full interview. I will link all these things down in the description box. Nicki got on Apple One interview and she talked about the situation. She cried in that situation. This is the first time I've seen Nicki really cry. Yeah, before she was talking about the pink print and all the hurt from that, but a situation where she was trying to bring in the next generation, because y'all accuse Nicki of holding out and not wanting to invite the new girls in, not working with anybody, which is also an opinion that I'm debunking, because that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. She was genuinely hurt from that situation. Instead of people rallying behind Nicki, and I'm not saying that they had to, but then it's like, oh no, Cardi's the young one. You need to understand where she's coming from. All these things. It was never seen as Cardi doing something bad, even though she's the one that got out of character and did this at a public event, right? It was Nicki that was the bad guy because, first of all, she didn't throw no punches. And then after, she was taking photos and she's like, yep, nobody got me. But Cardi was the one that left with a big knot on her head because Nicki's best friend got hurt. Why is that? Why does Nicki then become the bad guy in the situation? Her friend was defending her. Moving on. So Lotto was Nicki's biggest fan, one of Nicki's biggest fans. Nicki tweeted her, she got that shit blown up and she hung it up in her house. Okay, she was obsessed, she loved her, she was a fan, as we all are. Eventually, she felt like Nicki was subbing her in tweets. And maybe some interviews, not too sure about that. That is where I'm not too sure, and I'm saying that, but definitely tweets. She texted Nicki. And the only reason why we know of these texts is because Lotto posted this on social media. She texted Nicki saying, I've been a fan. I don't know why you're subbing me and doing all these different things to me. And Nicki said, hey, just saw this because I think this was like 5 days later. And she was like, before I respond, what are you alluding to? Like, can you say, Nicki, when you said this, that, you were subbing me? Then Lotto was just like, no, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, all this stuff. Nicki's like, can we get on a call? Because I don't like the back and forth. So then they get on a call, and Lotto also records bits and pieces of this call. And from that recording, she tried saying that Nicki was saying all these like disrespectful things to her. And when you played the recording, the things that Lotto was claiming weren't proven on the call. And this all started too because Nicki was talking about how Super Freaky Girl was nominated for a Grammy, but it couldn't be put in the rap category. It had to be put in the pop, or it wasn't even nominated yet. They were submitting songs for Grammys because you have to submit the songs to go into the different categories. That's how they know what to add to the nominations, you know, but the board has to vote on how many songs or what songs get into that category. And so Nicki was told Super Freaky Girl wasn't going to be put in the rap category, and Big Energy was. And that's where she had a problem, was like, hello, I have as much singing and rapping on my record as Big Energy. If that's going to be considered a rap song, then my song should also be considered a rap song. That was it. It wasn't shade or tea towards Lotto. It was just that, she was just wondering why. Why does her song have to be pop and Big Energy have to be rap? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But then again, Nicki's the bad guy. Why should she have to bring up Lotto in order to make her point? Lastly, my last example, Megan. We're going to get into like the whole thing a little bit later, but I'm going to give you an overview of what has happened. Nicki and Megan started off as friends or acquaintances. We use the word friend loosely, so as acquaintances. They enjoyed each other's energy. They got on live together and they decided to do Hot Girl Summer together. Then, apparently, this is what Nicki claims, at the Hot Girl Summer shoot, her and Megan were getting ready, and Megan was like, hey, drink with me. And Nicki was like, no, I'm trying to get pregnant. I might even be pregnant right now. I don't want to like ruin any chances of that. Megan allegedly said, no, like, you need to drink. You need to go to the clinic and get rid of that. Like, we are having a good time. It's Hot Girl Summer, okay? Now, I'm not saying that this happened. This is what Nicki is claiming. I feel like if this did happen, it wasn't Megan being serious or anything like that, right? But it was taken in a serious way. For definitely someone that is older and trying to have a baby, they see it as more serious than somebody who is in their early 20s, their party girl and hot girl life. Like that, they're on two different wavelengths, okay? And so something that Nicki regarded as like, that's something serious to me, was taken out of context, maybe. But that didn't stop Nicki from supporting Megan. They still put out the song together. They still had fun. They still were promoting this song together. And then I believe the Woman in Billboard event happened and they were still friends and, you know, they were backstage having fun together. That happened. Something after that is when this whole situation happened. Yes, the Hot Girl Summer thing happened earlier and Nicki was taking that into consideration, but she was like, I'm not about to write the girl off. But something else happened that we don't know about that caused them to get to this place. In between this time of whatever happened and now these diss songs are out, or now these songs are out, because Nicki says not a diss song, I don't know. But they were subbing each other. You heard the little shots, definitely in Nicki's music, and there were some shots of Megan's music. But like Nicki said, y'all weren't really listening. And it's true, you weren't really listening, but they were there. And I think that's where they were going to keep it. Just a little shots or whatever. Nothing direct, nothing too plain. But then Megan released Hiss this past Friday. And in that song, she took a direct shot at Nicki. And she also said, you're not about to respond. Oh, that's a threat. Nicki doesn't do well with threats. I don't think you do well with threats. But yes, she got on live and she didn't even release the song. She just played a snippet of the song and everyone went crazy. And yes, it has to do with the words and all of the things in the song. But before I truly get into this situation and disregarding how Nicki responded, if you are provoked, if you are threatened, what are you going to do? I'm sure that sometimes, yeah, we're going to be calm. We're going to try and handle this situation calm. But I would say 9 times out of 10, people go 0 to 100. And that's where Nicki went. And I know after all these examples, you're like, yeah, she's the common denominator in this. Like, I don't care what you're saying. But yeah, that makes sense. She is the common denominator. But you gotta think about it again from the other side of things. I know what you see and what the media feeds you and what people in social media are saying, and then it helps form your opinion. But we aren't in the room when a lot of these things happen. We don't know how the newer girls are responding. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know if they're taking advantage. We don't know if they're doing the things Nicki claims. But because they're newer, y'all are taking what they're saying over Nicki because she's older in the game and she's an older person. But disrespect is disrespect. And there was a lot of time that went in between all of these situations. And that could have been handled way before. So why aren't we putting some blame on the newer girls as well? Why didn't you reach out to Nicki? Why didn't you have a conversation? Why didn't you try and come to some resolve? Because no, Cardi, you wanted beef. You wanted it to help your career. Lotto, you did reach out, but why did you post it on social media? To expose Nicki? Oh, nice. You didn't expose anything. And Megan, there was you had the longest amount of years in between this. Why wasn't this addressed before? And again, I don't know. I don't know any of this. I don't know if they tried to address it. But have they said that? They're vocal and everything else. There are things that I feel like you guys are not thinking about when it comes to Nicki Minaj. You see one side, you see one way of how someone is treating other people or how you feel someone is treating other people, and you run with it because you have some type of hatred for her that you don't even understand where it comes from. I'm going to read a message that I sent to one of my friends that reached out to me about the situation. She sent me a reel. Oh, no, not a reel. A TikTok, sorry. From this creator. I believe her name is Dominique Vegan Hippie Soul. I'll, again, link it in the comments. But I'm not going to play it. But here's my response back to the video, but kind of also just like everything too, you know? I said, I don't think Nicki is having a downfall. She's been having a downfall since 2018 and she's still on top. Just saying. Honestly, the Nicki hate train has been going on since 2018 and we are in 2024. It has not stopped. I understand people are disappointed in her words lately, but I also don't think people have the full story. And even those that have been following closely like me don't have the full story, which I admit. But what I do know is that this has nothing to do with Megan collaborating with Cardi, which is something that people have said, that she's so bitter because her and Cardi got together.
Also, Megan said in an interview herself that her relationship with Nicki did not change months after WAP came out. So there's your facts right there.
She doesn't stop fucking with people who fuck with Cardi, i.e. Drake, Sexy Red, JT, when her and JT were cool, etc. There is something that happened behind the scenes between them that started this. Nicki has spoken on this a little, but not the full story, and has said when Nicki was trying to get pregnant and thought she was pregnant at the moment while they were filming Hot Girl Summer, Megan was pressuring her to still drink. And if she was pregnant, that she needs to go to the clinic so she can drink. Not saying that this is true, but if it did happen, I also don't think Megan was being that serious. But it was still a weird thing to say if she did say something like that. Also, Nicki was supporting Megan before and even after that. But again, something we don't have the full story on what happened. And Nicki has implied that she took that feature and threw it in her face after. As it pertains to this situation, Megan put out her song Hiss Thursday night, and in the song she talks about Nicki's husband. And she says something about her not responding. Nicki said it herself. They were going to keep it to just unclear subs and not ever address it. But when it became very clear who Megan was addressing and a threat of Nicki not responding, plus bringing up Nicki's family and not really Nicki, then yeah, the Caribbean New Yorkian girl is going to address her back and go low. She is not one of those people that has a filter. And I say that culture does have a factor in it. She does not have a filter. She is from the Caribbean. She is from New York. New Yorkers don't give a fuck. Caribbeans will speak their mind. I'm not grouping all Caribbeans because I know, like, we don't want to stereotype. But some of those things, yes, they are ingrained in you. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse. But I'm just saying you have to understand all of it in order to give an opinion. But you can't be asked to be addressed and not get addressed. I think it's great hip-hop when we put it in the music, i.e. Jay-Z and Nas, Foxy and Queen Latifah. Foxy and Kim, Kim and Nicki, Drake and Meek, and so on. Nicki has also been addressing this publicly, which has been a lot for general pop. Not going to say I agree with everything she is saying, but, and when I say that, I just don't agree with how she is doing it, and I'll get into that later on. She knows she's an icon. She's not insecure, which is why she feels so comfortable to say all that she's saying. She's not threatened by Megan or any of the new girls, which a lot of you are saying she's threatened. That's why she's doing all this. No. She just would like that when she's doing them a favor to be respectful to her after. And that's not like, I say here, that doesn't mean kiss her ass, but something is happening where Nicki is feeling used by these girls. I also just think Nicki's excited to be in a rap battle with somebody that actually writes and can challenge her. Though she is saying that Megan got a ghostwriter, but still, this is something where she knows that this could be a good, like, rap battle. I don't think she thought she could get that with Cardi or Lotto, which is why it didn't happen. Sorry for the long message. That's how I ended it. Also, back to the hip-hop comment. Even in Jay-Z's beef, he did feel like, oh, he did go too far with the things that he said. But he did say some crazy things, right? It's not too late to cancel people. Why aren't y'all canceling Jay-Z? Why aren't y'all canceling Nas? Why didn't you cancel Remy for the disrespectful things that she said? Why didn't you cancel Kim for calling Foxy Doo-Doo Brown and all the shit she talked to Faith before they reconciled? Why didn't y'all cancel Lil' Kim? Oh, because it's different times, right? Y'all still cancel people today. So bring that shit back. If you're standing on business, cancel the same people that make disgusting comments back in the day today. They're still making music. They're still relevant, but you don't. I'm not saying how Nicki is saying these things is the right way to go about it. I don't have the right way to go about it. I wouldn't do it in this way. It's OD. It's nasty. It's hurtful. Yes, it is. But that was the point. Nicki was disrespected and hurt by whatever happened that we don't know about. And then she felt like, you have the audacity to still bring up my family and disrespect me more by bringing up my family, not even me, and then threaten me that I'm not even going to respond. I have been letting you lay low for this long. I have not done what I could do. Not saying that this is the right way to go about it, but you cannot dictate how somebody is going to take their disrespect. I saw a tweet that said, I feel for those girls that they thought they were going to get a lot from their idol, but they didn't expect for her to become an enemy and all of these things. What about from Nicki's side? These girls that she thought that, oh, I just want to like help, give advice to, be able to be on their songs if they need me to, share space, all of this stuff with. Now she's getting a side from them that she didn't expect. Did y'all think about that? I don't think she went in it with the intentions to beef with these girls, but she felt something was up and didn't like it and didn't want to be around it. Also, Nicki's not an industry girl. She doesn't go to all the parties. She doesn't do all the hanging around. She goes home, even before she had a kid. Yeah, she went to 1 or 2 parties and did all of that, but it was different. She doesn't go out. She's not that girl. So if she is inviting you into her space and something goes wrong, maybe there's a problem on the other side too. All these bitches is aside, rhetoric to the side. Nicki has been a girl's girl. Like I showed you, she's collaborated with a lot of female artists. She gave all these girls props. When Cardi got a #1 song for Bodak Yellow, she was on Twitter saying like, congratulations, I'm so proud and happy for you. When Nicki and Doja did Say So and Megan and Beyonce came out with the Savage remix, she was rooting for the song. She was saying this is a great time for Black women having the #1 and #2 song in America. She put 5 girls or 4 girls on the Queen mix to Super Freaky Girl. Y'all didn't pay that any attention. She also did something with the Caribbean girls. She put them on a song as well. Y'all didn't give that attention. You choose what you want to pay attention to. And that is what I am starting to see. But that is why I'm making this video, to show you that maybe your opinion is a little skewed. And even when she's calling out people, she will be quick to call out men. She will call them by name. You disrespected me. You said this about me. You did that. All of that. But when it comes to the women, yeah, she subs. Yeah, she doesn't say it straight out because she doesn't want it to be woman against woman. She doesn't want people to feel like she's pitting whatever. Like, she's not even doing it for other people. She just doesn't want the whole woman against woman thing to happen. So at first, yeah, she's subbing you. But if she calls you out, that's because she's gotten to a place of she has no respect left for you. And that's a scary place to be. Because then you have a situation where this happened. Now, why, if I have no respect for somebody, why would I treat them with any type of respect? Yes, I am a Christian. I do things a lot differently. I know Nicki's a Christian. We all kind of do our own thing differently. You know, that's for her to take up with God. I handle things differently. My friends come to me when, you know, they may have already responded to a situation crazy. And they come to me like, how should I respond to this? Or how should I fix this situation? I handle situations differently than how Nicki Minaj is going to handle it. I handle situations differently than how my best friends, all of them, they're crazy. Love y'all. Y'all are crazy. I handle situations differently than them. I'm not here to write them off because they had feelings about a situation and they let them out. And that was their first initial response. I'm not going to say that every time that you handle a situation, you're doing it the right way. For Nicki, she may stand 10 toes on this situation, and that is totally fine. I understand. I wouldn't do it, but I understand. I feel like it's not great for Megan, and I wouldn't want to ever be in that position. And I wouldn't want this happening to me. I understand her side too. I see it.
But Megan isn't worried about it, and neither should y'all be. Bigfoot did what it was supposed to do. It helped bring attention to the both of them. It helped bring attention to Megan's single. Now it's #1. Nicki's about to go on tour. And so at the end of the day, you may feel like Nicki's not winning, but at the end of the day, she still is. And at the end of the day, Megan's winning. So that's all we should be able to hope for, that whoever we're supporting is winning. And I would say in both situations, they both are. Maybe you would see it as not because the song sucked to you, quotation marks, but it did what it needed to do.
And for those that think Nicki is spiraling, my unpopular opinion is that she's not. All y'all think Nicki is spiraling. No. No. She knows herself. She knows what she's doing. She's doing this strategically. This is all part of her plan. Megan released a single on Friday. Nicki played a snippet. And that overshadowed her whole single. And yes, people didn't like the song. People didn't like the diss. You know, when Remy came out with Sheether, yeah, that was harsh. That was heavy. But people didn't, first of all, people didn't like that Nicki was taking her time, that she wasn't responding to the situation. Isn't that what Megan's doing right now? And y'all are okay with that? Y'all think that she's the bigger and better person. But when Nicki was not responding to Remy, it's, ooh, she shook. Ooh, she she doesn't know how to respond to that. There's nothing else that she can say. Charlemagne called her out. Wendy Williams called her out. Y'all were eating that up because why? You're biased when it comes to Nicki. You like the fact that she was getting 8 back in the day. And what had she done to y'all at that time? Nothing. It was just what was going on in the media. People wanted to bring her down. And so that's what everyone was running with. That was before she was more outspoken and all of those things. And then when she came out with No Frauds, y'all were like, oh, okay, this isn't that great. It doesn't do Sheether justice. Like, it's not good. But it was strategic. It was strategic in the fact that, one, Nicki recorded the music video in London because Remy couldn't travel there. It was strategic in the fact that she was going to make a lot of money from this song. It was strategic in the fact that she got to perform this on a live platform and stage, an audience for people at an award show, while Remy was just stuck with Sheether. And that's all she had to her name. And to this day, she's upset that she even did the song because that's the only reason why people bring up Remy Ma. This is Nicki's job. This is what she does. You know, you have your 9 to 5 or whatever job that you're doing. That's fine. This is Nicki's job. This is what she's doing. This is entertainment. She finds this as entertainment. She doesn't see this as real life. And yes, it may be affecting people in real life. She is a troll. She is a big troll. She loves trolling. Because no matter what, you guys are going to have a negative opinion about her. No matter what, if she did the right thing or if she didn't. A couple more points and we're done, y'all. Okay? Also, going back to the whole Remy situation, I just think that ties into everything when it comes to Nicki. If someone else were to do what she does, y'all would eat it up. Y'all would eat it up. For example, Cardi, standing on the corner, waiting for Malibu Mitch, another female rapper, by the way, waiting for her to fight her. I didn't see any comments about you're too old. Isn't Cardi 31? She's in her 30s. Y'all find old people to be in their 30s old. I didn't see anybody calling her old or saying she's too grown for that. 31 is grown. Also, Cardi talked about digging up Akbar's mom's grave. I know Akbar was saying some crazy things to her too, but that was the thing. They both were going at it. So you can't really filter how somebody's going to respond back to you. But nobody said, oh no, Cardi, you need to stop. Your mouth is crazy. Cardi's mouth is crazy. But nobody really says that to her, because why? Y'all like the whole personality of Cardi. For now. Because the same things they like you for, they end up hating you for, right? And I forgot who was talking about streams and how Billboard counts them and how it's just not right and all of this stuff. Somebody, and I can't remember who it was, tried searching for it, couldn't find it. I don't even think that was the only person. Like, so many other people were saying the same thing and they were agreeing with this person. And then nobody other than the Barbs are like, yeah, didn't Nicki say this a couple years ago? But y'all called her bitter when she was talking about it in regards to Travis Scott. Anytime things have to do with Nicki, y'all take it crazy. I say all this to say, lastly, we have come to the end. Your bias is something that you need to check. You have to think about a situation from all points. This is why I got into media. It's because people don't do that. And this was back in the day that I wanted to be a broadcaster. Before media got this crazy, I was just like, I want to know the real story about these celebrities, about what they're going through, because they started off as regular, real people. Most of them. Some people were born into this life, yes. And even that, like, they're still humans. People hold celebrities to different standards, and I just wanted to make sure that when I got into this world that we're trying to see things from different perspectives. From not just the same perspective that majority of people are looking at it. So you need to check your bias. Because if you are a sane Barb and you have been, or a fan, and you have been in Nicki's life since, 15 plus years ago, and you just feel like this, after even listening to all the things that I said, that you still don't want to support Nicki, that is totally fine. That's totally fine. That is okay. I understand. I get you. But make sure you have all the facts. But if you do, I get you. But if you are somebody that, has been following Nicki and you've been on the hate train since 2018, I need you to ask yourself, did you check the facts? Did you do your research? And then you're going to tell me, oh, I don't care that much. If you don't care, why are you forming your opinion on Twitter? Why are you posting a video on Instagram about how this lady should act? Why are you doing that if you don't have a full opinion? If you don't care that much? It doesn't make sense. But what I do know is that she shows up for her fans. She is a person of good character. She is an animated person. She's not on coke. She does show up for those that show up for her. And that is why I support her. And I'm not saying this to convince you anyway. If you don't want to, like I said, it's fine. But that's just why I am. And that is just the things that I wanted you to see and call out within yourself. All right, y'all. That is it. I am done talking. I really hope, I don't know how long this video is about to be, but I hope it's not more than 30. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe. I got more videos like this. I vlog. I take people to Ghana. I travel. I talk about a lot of entertainment news. So if you are interested, please subscribe. Like this video, comment down below, share it. I'm a little worried about people sharing it, but share it if you want to. And I will see you all. It's my birthday month, so I am posting twice a week this month. This one starts, the week starts off short. So we're getting one video this week, but 2 every other week moving forward in February, okay? Because it's my birthday. I'm a Pisces. Yep. All right, I'll see you. Bye.